Well, good evening. It is August 30th, 2024, and it is 6:29 p.m. If you have never been to my channel or you know nothing about me, my name is Angela. I I started my journey about a year ago, and there's a lot of details to that, and so I don't want to take up everybody's time, and I don't want to ramble. So I'm gonna just keep going in this, and hopefully maybe you'll catch up, or hopefully maybe you'll watch some of my other videos and it'll make more sense to you on what's happening or what's going on. But I will tell you that I documented my journey over a year ago on Facebook, and I have kept going no matter what it looked like or how crazy I looked or what was said about me or anything like that. And I try to stay as biblical as I possibly have been able to throughout my whole entire journey. And I started videoing it back in February, very raw. Some of them are very raw, some of them are inspirational, some of them help, some of them, they're all, but they're very weird until you watch them and kind of put the patterns together and kind of understand what God is doing in it all. I'm a believer. I've never denied being a believer. I may have denied the way I was a believer, and I think that that's important to say it that way. I have ADHD, I have OCD. I've never been diagnosed with it, but I just know I have it based on the way that I do things. I just know that, I've learned that. I didn't have to be diagnosed or anything like that, but when I was younger, I was diagnosed with ADHD, and I was put on medication. I was a Ritalin child, and anyway, so here we are. I'm 48 years old. I live in a very small town, and it's just very weird to tell everybody. Let me just get to my point. My point is I'm very spiritual. Just fast forward this. And in my spiritual journey, I have heard from God in ways that I don't understand, in ways that don't make sense to me, in ways that don't make sense to a lot of people, yet people are watching, people are learning, people are growing, people are doing, and we're all seeing God in one way, shape, or form. And it's incredible to watch. To others who don't understand God or don't have that deep belief in God or don't have that trust in God, or however you want to word it, or wherever you're at in your journey with this, I try not to judge people. I try to be very open about my belief, and I'm not saying that you have to believe what I believe in any way, shape, or form, but I'm willing to hear your side as long as you're willing to hear my side. And so I share my side, and I ask the respect back on my videos of, the old saying, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, because that's the kind of energy that I don't need. Because you don't define me, God does. And God says who I am. And so in that, I hold that truth. And I hold that to be something that I value and something that is loyal and protective to me. Is that God says who I am, and He protects me in that. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, because the Bible says that. And so, respect is earned. Respect is, and that is absolutely correct. And I have been on the both sides of everything. I've been in the dark side. I sit well with my dark side. I'm Wonder Woman one day, and the next day I want to be Harley Quinn. Like, it's it's very weird. It's very odd. It's nobody really quite understands it, and I don't understand it either. But isn't that God? And then you kind of go, that's got to be God, because this doesn't make any sense. And the Bible says that, and it's not of our ways, it's of His ways, and His ways are higher than our ways, and He's going to do things, and He's going to say things, and it's different times and different eras and in ways that we have never seen before, and it may not look like how you thought it was going to look like, and it may not be who you thought it was going to be. Like, all of that is said, and then when you think it's kind of standing in front of you, and you go, no. And Steve Verdict talked about that in his last sermon, and he said that they were praying for Peter, and Peter knocked on the door, and he goes, I'm here, and they go, it's not Peter, and he's going, what? Like, I'm here? Like, what are you talking about? And they didn't believe the miracle. They didn't believe that it was standing in front of them, and I go, Dang! Like, that's what I got out of that. Like, why can't it be happening now? Why can't this be of God's way now? I don't know. But that is a question for you as a believer to start questioning God on. That's between you and him. That has nothing to do with my walk with him. I am not to judge you. But your assumption is based on the perspective and how you know me and which you see me in. I am flesh. I am a human. I feel, I hurt, I cry. I do the same things as all of you. He uses us as a vessel. But your perspective on how you see that determines your belief and your faith in him. I'm going to get to the point real quick because this is a lot. And if you're just signing on and you're just with me, you're going, what is she fucking talking about? I know. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a teacher. I do not have any degrees. I am not anybody special. I am not. But isn't that who they used in the Bible? But I'm going to humbly share something with you all that got me here. Here it comes. I fought making a video. And if you are on my Facebook page and you know how true this is, because I've been saying, I know there's a video coming, and I didn't want to make another video. I had like 7 subscribers and like 8 people watched my last video and this, and I go, there's nothing happening, God. There's nothing happening. This isn't working. This isn't going anywhere. I'm looking stupid, or people are leaving my life, and people are telling me that I need therapy, and people are saying there's something wrong with you. This has been the retrograde that I'm going through. Just because I got on Facebook and I said to you all, keep going, this is the retrograde, just because I stood there with confidence, just because I stood there doesn't mean that the retrograde didn't hit me. And I realized in that moment what was happening. And I openly talk that I do tarot. I don't do tarot, but I watch tarot, and I have specific people that I watch for specific reasons within my tarot. And sometimes God pops up somebody new, or something happens because I have to go a little deeper, because I have to learn something new, and it'll pop up and I'll see it and I'll know, and I go, the title or something catches me. And they say that in tarot, like, you're catching this video because this is when you're supposed to get it. Well, I try to do tarots that are live or on time because I want to be completely aligned with God in that moment. I want to have a trust with him that he is standing right there with me in that fire of witchcraft. Do you all understand this? And the only way that I'm going to know that is if I stand firm on who I am when I go into that reading. And that energy that I am bringing into that reading, and I say, pull it in, God, pull it in, universe. Tell me that this is of you. Show me that this is of you. Test me in this. And he does. And he shows me. And I have shown that on my Facebook time and time again. In my reading, I was brought to the attention of this, and then it comes to something, and then my whole journey just kind of unfolds, and we go through a spiritual thing. And you watch it, and you see it happen on my page, and I go, what is happening? And then I go, is this magic? And then the devil gets in and the devil goes, yes, it's magic. Of course this is magic. Duh, this is not of God. Why would you think this is of God? This is what the Bible tells you to stay away from. This is what you're not supposed to be a part of. And I go, yes, but if it's for good, that anything that is made for evil, God can turn for good. And you hear, and you talk to yourself. And I'm getting to a point, and some of you who are watching this video know where I'm going with this video based on a video that I've been posting. This is how God works. Dang. Listen to me. I had to ground myself. Like I went and worked, and then I got off work and I went, I'm not at ease, or something's not right. Like I need you to ground me, God. I need to hold on to something because the devil's talking and things are unraveling and I'm panicking and I'm getting a little bit of an anxiety over this, and God goes, all right, let's go. And so I went to the lake and I got out and I just grabbed a bunch of wood because I'm going to burn some fire. I think I'm going to do a fire for myself tonight. And so I grabbed some wood. And I took my shoes off and I said, okay, grounded. Okay, just be grounded in nature. Be grounded in nature. Remember this. And so I just got grounded in nature. And I started talking to God about all the things that have been happening for the past couple days and everything that's been going on. And him and I having a conversation and going back and forth. And so it was no longer the devil that was talking to me. I grounded myself in God. In the good. And I said, what am I missing? Why is the devil fighting me right now? What am I not hearing and what am I not doing in my own discernment with my spiritual walk with you? What am I missing in this? And he said, everything that you talk about ego and about pride and about selfishness and about not being boastful, but being confident and doing this and doing that. He goes, where's your balance in that? And I go, what do you mean, where's my balance in that? I go, that doesn't even make any sense. And he goes, if you are living in confusion, then you are not, it's not of me, correct? And I go, yeah. And he says, when are you confused? When you question the thoughts that are in your head. That's your confusion. But when you focus on God, you focus on the purpose, you focus on the vision, you focus on what you're doing and why you're doing it, no matter how hard it looks, no matter how difficult it becomes, no matter what obstacles come in front of you, no matter what storms you're hitting, no matter what, look at that at any level that you understand God in. And this is where I'm at on my spiritual walk. There's a reader that I listened to yesterday, and she was on live. And I'm not going to call her out yet because I don't think she's ready for that. But I watched her. And she talked about Hiren. And I go, what's Hiren? And she said he's a YouTuber, or he's an artist. He does music, and she says, and they were going to take him off the air and this and that. And there's this whole thing to this, and I go, this is absolutely fascinating. And I knew in that